What's up guys, it's Justin here, and today I've got a camera comparison for you between the iPhone 7 and the Google Pixel. With both these phones being top cameras on the market, it's going to be a pretty interesting test, and by the way, if you would like to pick up these D-brand skins I have on them, I'll be leaving a link in the description section below. Starting out with the Google Pixel XL, you have a 12.3 megapixel rear-facing camera with an f2.0 aperture, a 1.55 micron pixel size, and the lack of optical image stabilization. There's also face detection and laser autofocus, and the ability to record 4K video. And on the front, you have an 8 megapixel front-facing camera with an f2.4 aperture. On the other hand, the iPhone 7 has a 12 megapixel rear-facing camera with an f1.8 aperture, face detection autofocus, and also the ability to record 4K video. And on the front, you will find a 7 megapixel f2.2 aperture camera. Of course, the iPhone 7 Plus has the same primary cameras, so without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at some side-by-side samples. Before the arrival of the Google Pixel, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus was my top 3 best cameras I'd ever used. As you can probably see in the images though, the Google Pixel has definitely lived up to its claim to being possibly the best camera for a smartphone. I noticed that the colors on the Google Pixel were more true to life, and on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, it was more of a warmer color tone. The iPhone leans towards a flatter tone, which might be better for editing, but out of camera, it is fair to say that the Google Pixel looks better. The dynamic range on both phones is great, and in some images you notice that the iPhone 7 is actually able to represent the clouds better than the Google Pixel. Sharpness is great on both phones, but if I were to pixel peep, especially with text, the Google Pixel gets a slight edge. All in all, the rear-facing camera is great on both phones, but I would say that the advantage, in my opinion, is towards the Google Pixel XL. When it comes to low light performance, the iPhone 7 does have a lower aperture, which in turn allows for more light, but it is without a doubt here that the Google Pixel was able to make out more in general. The color representation was good, and you notice that most areas of the image still remain tack sharp. Looking at the front-facing camera samples, these were both taken from the same distance, and you notice that the Google Pixel not only did a better job in balancing the light in the image, but the colors were better represented, and you also have a noticeably wider field of view. So I think most would agree that the front-facing camera goes to the Google Pixel as well. Transitioning to 4K video though, both phones are able to produce a nice and sharp image, but they each have their own little characteristics. You notice on the Google Pixel there is a bit of a tint and kind of a darker look to the image, and I would almost describe it as a filmic look, and it would really come down to personal preference as to which look you prefer. Dynamic range in the video though goes to the iPhone. Of course, one of the most talked about things about the Google Pixel XL is the fact that it doesn't have optical image stabilization. Instead, it is software based and interacts with the gyroscope and tries to compensate for movement as you record video. The iPhone has optical image stabilization, and from my testing, it is one of the best stabilization methods I have seen on a phone. Although the software-based stabilization does a tremendous job on the Pixel, in some video clips where I was trying to pan from one point to another, the camera seemed to have issues determining if it was handheld shake or if I was trying to focus on something else. And in the end, that produced a pretty noticeable jitter effect. When you look at the all-round package, including the dynamic range, the exposure, color balance, and the stabilization, I think the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus take it in this category. But that just about wraps it up for my comparison between the Google Pixel and Pixel XL versus the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus camera. And although a lot of you constantly call me an Apple fanboy, I have to say that the Google Pixel XL does better in terms of the photos compared to the iPhone in my opinion, whereas the iPhone I feel produces better video. I'd also love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment down below and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video.